Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. This is FAZENDA Jatobá or Jatobá Farm. This is a new mod map out by DH Modding, 110.07 megabytes to download. Jatobá Farm is a Brazilian map based on the region of the municipality of Jatobá. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. The map looks like this. Now we start down here at the main dealer. I have taken the liberty of resetting the pickup truck you start with. The pickup truck is normally at the start farm, which is up here. So on new farmer, we start with field 23 and the main start farm. And we have some animal pens already. We have sheep, pigs and chickens and a sleep trigger. The sleep trigger isn't fixed. That can be sold. We will get onto slot counts and all that kind of stuff later on when we actually get to the farm, because that's where all the main gear is. Field prices are okay. I think the smallest field is field 1 down here for 123 grand. That one there is 261, but you get, well, I'm not quite sure, you get a bit of woodland with it as well. Forestry, I guess. And then they kind of go up from there, really. Field 26 is probably the next one up, really. And then we go on to some, they gradually work up to some fairly large fields. Don't think we've got anything over 1 million, though. But around the edges, on some of the edges anyway, we've got some forestry strips. And there are some bits within the map itself. When you buy some of the fields, you do get some bits of forestry in here as well. There are no custom crops on this map. The only mod that's on, well, it's weird, the only mod that's on this map available, if we go back onto here and we scroll across, is the farmhouse. So the farmhouse there is available. Nothing else is, but when we then go in to look at what we start with, there's a water tower that we start with, but it's not available to rebuy. Not that it's a major issue at all, but anyway. So we're here at the main store, which is just here, with the workshop trigger being just over to the side. The doors don't open, but the workshop trigger is here. Big open space for vehicles to spawn. Big gates for getting vehicles in and out, no problem at all. As you can see, this is the reset point. I said I'd reset the pickup back to here. So this is the pickup you start with on the map. And we're going to get straight into it. Contracts are available on the map. No, it doesn't actually say, I'm just looking down the list here on the website. It doesn't say if it's seasons ready or precision farming. Precision farming, if it's not got a custom map, it will default to the Giants one. No, it doesn't say if it's seasons ready. So the first of the sell points is this one just here, which is Pioneer. There are two, well, I say main sell points. One is here, which is Pioneer, and the other one is JTY Warehouse. Those are the ones that do what I can. Looking at the list there, your cereal crops and all the way across. So as you can see, JTY and Pioneer are the ones that do most of the stuff. And as you scroll across, you then get all the other options for the various different things. There's a sawmill, there's a sugarcane mill, as you can expect. Certain things they take. The Abaya market does your root crops, your eggs, and your dairy station does your milk. So that they're fairly kind of standard and straightforward. The map itself isn't hugely rugged. It's got some sweeping terrain, but massive open spaces. So you're going to have no problem with big machinery on here at all. If we swing around this way, we're going to take in the first cluster of sell points. Talking of Abaya Market, that's just here, and the sell point is down the side. Now what we also start with here on the map, which it says houses for sale. There's your sell point for Abaya Market. You often get little plots of land and stuff available, but I like this. It's a nice touch. If we go to the market there and zoom in on the little housing area here, if we click on the purchase bit, we've got 3 here. As you can see, if you do that one, it highlights those 3 as ones that are available. So we've got, that one's 13,000, that one's 11,520, and that one on the end there is 13,440. So you could, if you wanted to, get rid of the sleep trigger that's already here, So there's a little marked area there. And you could buy yourself a house here and kind of start off if you wanted to do a start from scratch style thing, or you just wanted your sleep trigger to be somewhere else, you can. So you've got these little houses you can buy. Like I say, it's a nice touch. I like that. From here, we're going to head through the little housing area to the livestock market, which is at the end. I do like the lighting. I like the colour palette used. It's not too cartoony, but it's not too kind of grainy. Say grainy, that's the wrong way of putting it, but that kind of gritty feel. It's a nice balance between the two. It's not too washed out and it's not too cartoony. Animal dealer is just there, and we swing round the back to the dairy station, I think is the next one. And the dairy station sell point is just here, all the way around the back, and across the road to the biogas plant. Most of the sale points on this map are kind of at the extremities. I mean, we've got down here in the southeast corner, then we've got the southwest corner, we've got a couple more, or say a couple more, 3 or 4 more, and then we've got another one up there, Lime Station, and it's over to the farm. So the map is pretty much left wide open for your farming escapades. Biogas plant is purchasable, and it will set you back 312,228. 2 large silage clamps. We'll get our sell point there into the digesting system, and then your byproduct for your digestate being able to collect from just there. Come back out from there. We've then got the sawmill, and then we can whiz across the map to the next set of sell points. Sawmill just in here. The lumber sell point is here just by these logs, and the trigger is just over there, and then the wood chip sell point is a little bit further across. The biogas plant is a standard biogas plant, so when you buy it, there's nothing over and above normal. It doesn't do sugar beet or potatoes, and it's a standard price. It's $3.60 for silage. It's not a you know, sometimes you get them with a high price, sometimes they'll do other things like wood chips and stuff. It's a standard one, pretty much. So what we're going to do now is head across the bottom of the map, heading west, as the Pet Shop Boys said. Well, other people have said it, but bit of an advert there for FS22. If anyone's interested in pre-ordering, you still can. Up until the 22nd of November. Make sure I don't miss the turning, which is just here. Of course, there will be a car. So up next we have got Rio Claro bales, Fardos Rio Claro. So for your bale selling needs, I think this does your wool, cotton and bales. So anything bale related is done here. Now, interestingly, someone asked me when I did one of these reviews about the Anderson pack and poplar bales. Now, that's something that doesn't come up very often. And if I go down to, yeah, it does cotton, does wool. Regular bale stuff, because it doesn't actually kind of say with regard to poplars. I guess that's going to that will come down to specifically the map maker and whether they've allowed it in the sort of coding of the map. I don't see why they wouldn't be. The fact that you can make bales with the Anderson pack, and the Anderson pack is a Giants DLC, I would say yes. maybe that's a rather bold and sweeping statement. As we come across to the sugarcane mill, make sure I go on the correct side. I've been told off that previously on map tours. Wrong side of the road and entering and exiting facilities the wrong way. Apologies. Sell point for your sugarcane mill is just here. Very large facility. Everything's very nicely done. It's neat. It's tidy. You know, sometimes, and I often use that phrase, clunky. Sometimes you get maps that are a little bit clunky in places, and you know, sometimes things don't quite marry up, or you know, you get strange edges to things and that kind of thing. I haven't really noticed it on here. It all just seems very neatly done, you know. I'm just thinking, for as far as console goes, DH modding, I don't know. I don't think if I've come across a map by DH modding before. So if this is the first go at a map, especially for console, crossing it over to console, cracking job. Fuel station, just there. And then just here, we've got the JTY warehouse, which is your second kind of main sell point, like I said. And the sell point is just under there. Another fairly large facility. Then swing around from here. Apologies about the noise. Next door neighbour still having her kitchen done. I thought it'd be done by now, but it's not. Assuming, of course, you heard that. From here, then, we're going to head up the western side of the map, heading north. Whoa, okay. Through some crops as we go towards the lime station. And then from the lime station, it's over across to the farm, which we'll have a look at when we get there, and the various different pens and what they hold. But as you can see, nice sweeping landscape. Nothing too overly complicated. It's a fairly standard map. It's just, you know, it's normal. You know, there aren't any features that particularly stand out as being over and above a standard map. But it's got everything it needs to function as a perfectly good map, you know. Line point just there. Now I've got to work out my route across from here. I think it's this way. Right. Some proper divots in the ground as well. Not that you're necessarily going to be going that fast in your harvesters or tractors, but if you're hauling by lorry and something like that, and you know, sometimes it's just nice to tonk along a little bit. You might get caught out, as I did. You can just about see them with the sunshine in the darker patches. Right, turning back around there. I think we go through a gap in the trees, if I'm not very much mistaken. Right. And then I think we're almost there. If not, actually there. And there we are. There's the farm. Right. So we can talk about slot counts and all that kind of thing now. Let's hop out. So that water tower you start with, but it's not, like I say, it's not in the available mods, which is odd. But there is a water tower just there. We've got sheep pen just aside here with your various triggers required for feed and water. And as we move around, we've got the dialogue box tucked up inside this building right here. This will hold 300 sheep. Now that's why I'm saying it's odd, because these aren't your standard in-game, they're kind of built in. And that's where I suppose a warning should come, because if you start this map and you decide to sell them, obviously you can't then put these ones back again because they're just not there. But that said, you can place other ones. I had a bit of a go, and you can place other pens on this area. A few bits of starting machinery, and there are quite a few. Wall pallet spawn just under there. As we go around the back of this building, you can see we've got various different tractors. We've got implements, we've got seeder, more tractors, planter, headers, fertilizer spreaders. We've got 2 harvesters. These also come with some warnings, because some of these need a fair bit of work. So while we're looking at those, let's talk about slot count, shall we? If you come into our new farmer, the slot count is 623 out of 1299, which is what I'm on now. And you start with a fair bit of gear. Let's go to garage. So we've got the New Holland T5 120, Case Puma 185 CVX, the Case 7210 Pro, New Holland TX32 Bison Super Z056, The pickup, which I reset, I'll show you where that is usually. Joskin Transpace 8000. Headers for the harvesters, including a corn header. We've got the plough, we've got the seeder, we've got the Horse Maestro planter, fertilizer and herbicide sprayer, fertilizer and lime spreader, water tank, some front loader gear. And we move on to these. Like I say, these all say mod, but they're not there. So, sheep pasture, pig enclosure, large chicken coop, water station, and farmhouse. Now, if we go back to where that last weight is, if you come onto here on Farm Manager or start from scratch, the slot count will drop from 623 down to 412. And this is what you will start with on Farm Manager and start from scratch. These bits. You don't have any of the vehicles, any of the machinery, any of the weights, nothing like that. But you do start with the sheep pasture, pig enclosure, chicken coop, water station, and farmhouse. Now, you can get rid of those. Like I said, you can. If you don't want your trigger to be set by the farmhouse, you can sell that. You can remove those pens as well if you want to. And it is possible to place other pens down. Like I say, I have had a go. If you get rid of everything, you can get the slot count down to 340. And if you do, all of these pens are all gone, but this building here in the middle remains. So the pens around the outside and the sleep trigger, which is over there, will all go, but you do still get left with this rather smart and tidy looking barn storage building setup, and there is a workshop trigger in there as well. So I think the slot count's pretty good. You can work at 623 anyway, but if you bring it down to 412, that's easily workable with a load of equipment. You can get down even further to 340. You might not want to do pigs or sheep. You might want to do cows instead, in which case, yeah, go for it. Dialogue box for your pigs is just here. This will hold 100 pigs, and you've got your trigger for your bedding. Slurry point is just over there. We've got our water trough and our feed trough just here, and the manure point is just up there. And then we've got our chickens, which are just through here. Dialogue box here. Egg box is spawned just under there. And your feed trough is there. And then your sleep trigger is this building here. Now, I say this is the only mod that's actually there added by the map maker. Whether that will be in an update, and I just want to just to prove the point. I don't know why I need to prove the point, but if I go across, there's nothing under pastures that say mods. Under miscellaneous, nothing for a water station. Sheds, nothing. Silos, there's no. Oh, that's a point. I'm glad I did this because just suddenly realised you don't start with the silo. You don't start with the silo, people. Yeah, trigger is just there. You can do the trigger from there, but you can go inside the building if you want to. There is a light switch just a sign there. If you want to put the lights on, come in and relax. But the trigger can be accessed. Hang on, it's because I did it once already. There you go. All the way into the building if you wish. And your pickup, when you come on and start the game, if you come on and start and can't work out why your pickup's not at the main the store, this is where your pickup starts. Like I said, I did reset it, so that's where your pickup would be. And then the harvesters. Oh, well, like I said, some of this stuff needs a bit of work. If we turn the lights on under here, turn a torch on, look at this. I like that. I do like it when you start a map and stuff looks like it's been used. It just gives you, I think, I know it's a small thing, but a little bit more of an immersive feel when you come on and start. If we look into the vehicles menu, where are we? No, not that one. There, you can see the red under the repair bit. So the Bison and the header are both on 0. The New Holland's on 19%. The New Holland T5 is at 79%. So there's a few bits that need a bit of work. The sour weights are at 39%. So there's a few bits and bobs that could do with a bit of repair before you get going. And if you do want to do a bit of repair work, you do have a workshop trigger. She's got some more barn space just here. Lights. And your trigger's just to the side. Now, something I didn't try, which I'm going to. because I'm not sure if it says whether or not this has a trigger for fertilizer and things. You know what? Let's take that in there and let's just see if any of these. And I'll hook up to the sprayer as well, because it might be you start off with some in here. Just the fact all those pallets are stacked up there just made me think maybe, just maybe, let's open up that menu, see if it comes up saying refill. Got a feeling it won't. No. What about whether those IBCs are available to use? Doesn't look like it. I think they're just there as... Yeah, they're not moving, so I think they're fixed in place just there as a visual prop. I just thought it's worth checking because I don't want to take it for granted that they are a visual prop. But you could store your seed and stuff in here if you wanted to. And that, I mean, that's it. That's the map. There's no more to it. We've been around everything. We talked about the slot count. I think we did that workshop trigger, all the animals, dealership, the equipment that needs repairs, slot counts. Yeah, I think we've covered everything. Let's go back to the map and let's see where we went. Just to make it clear, we started at the shop. We went to Pioneer. Then we came out and went to Abaya Market, Animal Dealer, Dairy Station, Biogas Plant, Sawmill. Then we came all the way across to Rio Claro Bales. Then we went to Sugarcane Mill, up to JTY Warehouse. We followed the track all the way along here and up to the Lime Station. Then we came round here. I think we went that way to the main farm, which is where everything is there. Like I say, no silo. And then that's it. It was all out to the fields all the way out here. There is a little farm here, like I say, we showed that earlier. And there's a building there as well. If you wanted that to be your start farm, you absolutely could if you wanted to. Did I mention at the start there's no custom crops? I think I did, didn't I? But that's the map. That's FAZENDA JATOBA by DH Modding. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.